Good evening, Dunlowe. I'm Charlie Chews, and you're listening to KTWN 105.7, the little radio station broadcasting from the back of Joe's Diner. Joe's got the coffee on, the pie warmer's full, and if you're lucky, he might even remember your order. You know, every town has its stories. Some are told around the dinner table. Some are whispered over the back fence. Some stay hidden for years. That's what we're here to do. Welcome to Stories from Dunlowe.
When the jukebox skips and the coffee brews, it's chewing time with Charlie Chew.
Every tale has a beginning. Some began with a dream. Some with a railway. Some because somebody stopped, looked around, and decided to stay. This little town was called Dunlowe. Long before the roads were sealed, before the supermarket, before anyone had heard the words online shopping, there were people here, families, workers, dreamers, people who built lives one day at a time. The mill whistles echoed across the valley. Children filled the schoolyards. Saturday mornings belonged to football, and Saturday nights belonged to the dance hall. Back then, the train still stopped here. People stepped off carrying suitcases, hope, and plans for tomorrow. Some stayed, some moved on. That's life in a country town. Time is a funny way of changing places. Shops close, signs fade, windows gather dust, the faces change. But somehow, the town remembers. If these streets could talk, they'd tell stories about first kisses, last goodbyes, hard days, good neighbors, and ordinary people who quietly became unforgettable. That's the thing about towns like Dunlowe. They were never built to impress anyone. They were built to belong. So whether you've lived here your whole life, or you've only just found us, you're welcome here. Because every town has its stories tonight. We begin telling ours. Let's cross live to Portloe Stadium. Welcome to Dunlowe.
I didn't plan on staying in Dunlowe, but some places don't give you a choice. It was gold in the wheat, iron under the ridge. There were hands on the line and smoke on the bridge. The whistle would blow when the mill let go, and Main Street danced in the factory glow. 3 schools, 1 county parade, Saturday games and the marching brigade, neon signs and a 5 and dime, and a train that stopped here once on time. Now the tracks are rust and the diner's closed. The bank turned into a second-hand close. The church bell cracked, no hymns at dawn, just the hum of a screen that flickers on. Welcome to Dunlowe, the town that stayed when the world drove off and the colors decayed. A name on a sign with some letters gone, but we still say hello, and we still hold on. Some towns rise, some just remain, like a song in the wind, like the scent of a rain. We weren't built for speed or shine, but we stayed and we aged like forgotten wine. Welcome to Dunlowe, the town that stayed, with a ghost all smile and the dreams all fade. The signs might rust and the folks might stray, but the stories don't leave, they just find new ways. And if you pass through on the westbound track, wave once for the ones who ain't coming back.
This next one, it ain't about heroes. It's about the men who showed up. Even when they knew the mountain might not let them leave. Down by the low river, there's a silence in the ground. Old kind of silence, the kind that holds names. Some folks say the mind's been shut for years, but on certain nights, you can still hear it breathe. This is for the ones who went down, and the ones who never came back up. Down in the low. Sun ain't up.
The whistle cries, boots on dirt, dust in our eyes, hands still shake from yesterday. Lamp burns low, we go anyway. Rusted rails, timber creaks, every man knows what's at stake. Say a prayer for the ones we lost. We work for our bills and mountain costs. Dust in lungs, time on loan, names carved deep where light don't go. Every strike sounds the same, ears ring deep within. Bills to pay, week to week, our sons working, digging deep. Boss says, boys, it won't be long. Every minute, just holding on. Hear the mountains start to groan. Is this the time we're not going home? Every shift feels borrowed time. If it goes, I did my time. Down in the low. pale cold second bell. Things we know but never tell. Johnny says he heard it crack like the hill pulled hard back. Numbers chalked on timber walls. Big men quiet, standing small. When the air tastes wrong, you know you don't argue with the low. Hear the boys clear their throats like reading off a note. And a shift into line. Time to climb back to sunshine. Down in the low, no sunlight. Hey! Take our days, one at a time. If the roof holds, if bells don't call, if today there is no going home. Yeah! Down in the low, no sunlight. Buried deep with the reasons why. Seal the gate, call it fate, but the mind remembers every name. They said progress was coming. Time to hang up the boots. One last shift, one last shoot. Black dust still in our eyes. Down in the low, hear the ground move slow. Down in the low, where the brave men go. Down in the low, no sunlight gave our youth so the town could rise. Now the gates locked, lights are cold, but the dark still knows what we're owed. Listen close when nights run thin. You can hear us digging again. Not for gold, not for coal, just for the job that robbed our souls.
Well, that was our KTWN double play. Welcome to Dunlowe, followed by Down in the Low. Two songs written about our little town by my good mate, J. Oz. You know, people often ask me if Dunlowe's a real place. Well, if you've ever lived in a country town, you already know the answer. Every town has its own stories, its own characters, and its own memories. Around here, we just happen to call ours Dunlowe. Now, before we head across to Joe and find out what's burning in the kitchen tonight, let's take a quick look at what's been happening around town. Good news for the Dunlowe Wildcats, who came away with a solid win over Millers Bend on Saturday afternoon. Coach Bill Harris says it wasn't pretty, but he'll happily take the 2 points. The Dunlowe Historical Society is still looking for old photographs of Main Street from before the big flood of 74. If you got an old photo album gathering dust in the cupboard, they'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, work continues on restoring Platform 1 at the old railway station. Council says it won't see trains running again anytime soon, but they're determined to preserve a little piece of Dunlowe's history for future generations. And finally, Joe's Diner has today's special slow-cooked beef pie with mushy peas. Joe assures me he hasn't burnt a single one today, although he's made that promise before. Coming up next, another story from the people who make this town. What it is, you're listening to KTWN 105.7, broadcasting from the back of Joe's Diner. Stay with us.
Looking for a bargain, looking for a bargain down in Dunlowe town. Dan's Got Wheels is the best deal around. Shiny paint for good tires. Some go fast,
some barely fire.
Ooh, yeah, take a ride.
Got a truck, got a van, got a mystery rattle we don't understand. Drive it home today with pride.
Just don't ask what's under the side. Dan's Dunlowe Car Yard, deals you can't ignore. If it starts by Tuesday, we'll call that a score. Financing available, depending on Dan's mood. Well, folks, if it doesn't make it past Miller's Bend, you know what that means.
Refund, refund, refund.
Dan's Dunlowe Car Yard,
Where every deal's an adventure.
refund.
Rob Lambert! We want Rob Lambert! Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Y'all are amazing. I'm Rob Lambert. Are y'all ready to rock with me tonight? Yes! Wake up to the same old faces, smiles in the light, shady traces. They clap when I'm around and whisper when I leave, pretend they care, but all they do is deceive. Pull my heart out on this old guitar, every note a scar, every chord a war. They talk like they know what I've been through, but they ain't walking in these shoes. I seen the man, I heard the scream. People ain't always what they seem. I used to let it get under my skin. Now I just turn it all into him. In this cold world, I still stand tall. Their words can't break me. I've seen it all. They talk, they throw shade, they try to bring me down, but I write my truth, I won't lose my crown. I turn their hate into a song I play every night, every damn day. Yeah, in this cold world, I rise and fight. I won't bow down. I'll hold my life. Friends turn foes, lovers lie. Every promise gets an alibi. But I got fire, I got my soul. I'll play my part, I'll take control. Every rumor, every sneer just fuels the story they'll hear. I'm not perfect, I don't pretend. I'll write my life till the bitter end. Yeah, the world's cold, twisted, and cruel, but I got stories that bend the rules. Every lie you spread, every dagger you throw, just feeds the fire in the songs I know. In this cold world, I still stand tall. Their words can't break me. I've seen it all. They talk, they throw shade, they try to bring me down, but I write my truth, I won't lose my crown. I turn their hate into a song I play every night, every damn day. Yeah, in this cold world, I rise and fight. I won't bow down. I'll hold my life.
That was our good friend Rob Lambert with The Cold World, recorded live at Portlow Stadium. Thanks for sharing your music with us, Rob. You know, that's what we've always loved doing here at KTWN, giving good people good music and a place to call home. You're listening to KTWN 105.7, broadcasting from the back of Joe's Diner. Don't go wandering off. We'll be right back.
If you've got a story, if you've got a tune, if the night's too quiet in your living room, pick up the line, don't think think it through. You're talking to Dunlowe, Charlie Choose.
Go ahead, caller. You're talking to Charlie Choose on KTWN 105.7.
Hi, Charlie. Just calling up to report there's been a little bit of an accident just outside the Dunlowe pawn shop. Someone's gone right up the back of me, and I'm probably not the most disappointed, to be honest, for insurance reasons, of course. But yeah, there is a little bit of an accident, been a little bit of a spill. Yeah, so you might want to take a detour and avoid coming this way. There was quite an explosion. Thank you.
I've been thinking about disappearing, but it never really fit my way. So I sit around and fake indifference and hide the hurt I'd give away. She leaves me feeling out of place, like my heart's been dropped without a trace. But I wear a straight face every day. Even my old man can't say. But my baby's so vain, she's nearly her own reflection, and the sound of her name still sends a restless shiver through my spine. Yeah, 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 yeah. I keep her picture closer against my chest. In my world, she always played the best. All whiskey nights and cigarettes. No space left here for small regrets. But my baby's so vain, she's nearly her own reflection, and the sound of her name still sends a restless shiver through my spine. She leaves me feeling out of place. sting shiver through my
Well, that was Jay Oz's cover of Shivers, and that's going to bring us to the end of tonight's show. Before we go, I'd like to say a very special thank you to our good friend Rob Lambert for sharing his music with us tonight. Rob, we really appreciate you being part of the KTWN family. I'd also like to thank everyone who's reached out over the past few months asking, Charlie, when's the show coming back? To those of you who told me you missed spending your Friday nights with us, thank you. It honestly means more than you know. Because of your encouragement and support, we're back behind the microphone once again, broadcasting from the back of Joe's Diner and bringing the stories of Dunlowe to life. So, from Joe, myself, and everyone here at KTWN 105.7, thank you for inviting us into your homes, your cars, your sheds, or wherever you happen to be listening tonight. Until next Friday, look after yourselves, look after each other, and remember, every town has a story. Good night, Dunlowe. I'm Charlie Chews, and this is KTWN 105.7 signing off.
Pack it up, roll it out, don't look back, just head on south. That's right, if you're tired of ghosts, gossip and gas pumps that never give change, Dunlowe departure, get you gone in under 48 hours faster if your ex still lives here. Dunlowe departure, get you gone with grace. One-way ticket, one last place. Mention Calvin Rush's name and you'll get a free roll of bubble wrap for your regrets. So if your dreams feel too big for this town, hey, they probably are. Dunlowe departure will get you gone. Dunlowe departure will get you gone. Dunlowe departure will get you gone. If the town don't beat us to it.